Hey guys, it's Sutania. A few people were interested in how to improve their pirate faction standings to be able to use the pirate diamond NPCs themselves. So let's talk about pirate faction standings and how to obtain them in the least awful way possible. You most likely already have really terrible pirate faction standings. It's one of those inevitable things that's going to happen when you play EVE Online in any normal way. Here's one of my PvP characters that I haven't really run many missions on or really gone out of my way to PvE on, and it still has like super trash standings to all the pirate factions. The pirate factions in EVE are split into two groups when it comes to who they like and who they dislike, much like how the Kodari, Amarr, Mimitar and Gallente are set out. One pirate trinity is the Guristas, Sanchez and the Blood Raiders, and the other trinity is the Angel Cartel, Serpentis and the Syndicate. However, the Serpentis and the Syndicate do not actually have any mining operations, and they don't have forward bases, so they don't have any diamond NPCs, so we don't actually care about them at all. It's worth pointing out that there is a pirate epic arc for one of the factions for both of the pirate trinities. The Guristas have an epic arc called Smash and Grab, and the Angels have an epic arc called Angel Sound. What makes these epic arcs special is that there are multiple ways to start them with different standings, so even if you have bad pirate faction standings, you can still run the epic arcs. The Guristas Epic Arc can be started with 3.0 standings to Guristas, Kodari or Gallente factions, or 3.0 to the Federal Intelligence Agency, Yateri or the Guristas corporations. The Angel Cartel Arc can similarly be accessed with 3.0 standings to Angels, Amarr or Mimitar factions, also some corporations too. I'll leave some links in the description to the EVE University website which explains these arcs in a lot more detail if you're interested. These missions can easily be completed in an assault frigate or a strong pirate frigate like the Worm. You'll actually need to use frigate-sized hulls in order to complete the missions. The main difficulty when running these epic arcs is avoiding other players. These epic arcs give pretty nice rewards. You can get a healer BPC from the Guristas and a Cinnaball BPC from the Angel one, and they also give you a huge standing increase of 30% standings base. What's really nice about the epic arcs, however, though, is that you don't actually get any derived standings from them, so you will not actually lose any of your faction standings by running the arc, other than a few small standing hits from killing ships in the arc itself, which are fairly small. Now let's move on to the best Christmas gift CCP has ever given us, and no, it's not the skill points or the skill injector booster or the remap that they gave before the incursion expansion. It's the potency 75 standings booster. This thing is insanely good when combined with social at level 5. You will actually gain double standings from running the arc. If you don't have social at level 5, don't worry, you can just take the weaker brother to the potency 75, the potency 50. Both of them actually stack together, but you should keep in mind that you will not get more than 100% or double the amount of standings, even when you have the 75 and 50 combined. When you finish either the Guristas or the Angel Epic Arc with the potency 75 running, you will gain a massive 60% standings boost. This means that if you have -10 to the Guristas or -10 to the Angel Cartel, you will actually immediately go to +2.0. If you then train the Criminal Connection social skill a few levels, this will be enough to increase your standings above 2.5, which means the Diamond NPCs will now consider you neutral and they won't shoot you anymore. This means that if you want to use the trick in Guristas or Angel space, you can finish the arc in an evening quite easily. It only takes an hour or so to complete, and you will not lose any of your Empire standings, which is super awesome. Just be careful when you are running the arcs though, because if you do get potted while you have the potency 75 running, you will lose the effect and you will have to inject another one, and they are sitting at just over 100 million ISK right now, so kind of expensive, although the rewards you get from the end of the epic arcs will pay off the booster. You can take the boosters right before you hand in the final mission too if you're worried about getting killed and potted during the arc. So the Guristas and Angels are very easy to fix. So let's move on to the lovable space mine zombie toasters, the Sanchez Nation. They also have an epic arc option, but it's inside of the Amarr epic arc. It's a little split off the Amarr epic arc at the end. It's a few easy low sec missions if you choose to side with them during the arc. It is a weaker standing boost though. You only get a 10% boost when you do the Sansha part of the Amarr epic arc, so you only get 20% boost when you have the potency ticking. This will take you from -10 if your Sanchez standings are at -10 or around there, like most people's are, -10 to -6. If you're interested in Sansha faction standings but don't want to tank your Empire standings, As long as you avoid storyline missions for Qadari and Amarr, and you avoid the Kill Sansha missions, you could rerun this epic arc again in 3 months' time when it comes available again, and then slowly work up your standings that way. You will need 5.0 standings to Amarr to be able to run the arc, or to the Ministry of Internal Order Corporation. I'll put another link in the description to the Amarr epic arc if you're interested. Otherwise, we're going to have to run Sanchez Nation missions, or Guristas missions to get the derived standings. If your standings with Sanchez are particularly bad, like most people's are, it would probably be much faster for you to run the Guristas Epic Arc and then run missions for the Guristas and get derived standings that way, rather than just grinding level 1 missions endlessly for Sanchez Nation. Word of warning though, derived standings from Sanchez Blood and Guristas will make you lose standings to the Qadari, Amarr, Amatar, Concord, Sisters of Eve and Candid factions, which are all factions in HiSec. For the Blood Raiders, the only way to improve standings with them is to run missions for them, or for the Guristas or Sanchez Nation. This means if you want positive Blood Raider standings, you will need to lose your Empire faction standings, which could hurt. Also, since there's no epic arc for them, there's no real fast way to get Blood Raider standings. So again, if you have bad Blood Raider standings, the fastest way to get standings to them is probably to run the Guristas Epic Arc. If you do want to get positive Blood Raider standings or positive Sansha standings, you might want to hold on to the Angel Cartel Epic Arc until afterwards, because they will lower your Angel Cartel standings through derived standings. So if you run the Angel Cartel Epic Arc and then start improving Sansha and Guristas standings or Blood standings, it will drain your Angel Cartel standings, and they could get drained below friendly status again. You can always just run the Angel Cartel Epic Arc again after 3 months too though, so it's not a huge deal. You can also use the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc, the Bloodstained Stars, to repair your Amarr or Qadari standings by selecting them as an option if you need them to keep your standings up. You can also run the Qadari and Amarr Epic Arcs themselves too, and your one thing to keep in mind is your Gallente standings are actually completely safe doing this, and you'll only lose a small amount of Mimitar standings when you run the Angel Cartel Epic Arc, because you have to kill a Mimitar NPC. Okay, so we figured out how to fix our pirate standings now. Aside from the Epic Arcs, which are really fast, how do we get through the rest of the missions super fast? By using the potency 75. Now, I'm not talking about the double standing gains from the potency. The social multiplier also reduces your negative standings when you decline missions. So if you have a potency 75 along with social 5, or you can always take the potency 50 if you don't have social 5 to make it up to 100% cap, this actually means you take a 100% reduction in standing losses when declining missions. So what that means is you can chain decline as many missions as you want, and what we're looking for are super easy to blitz missions. For example, like the Recon mission chain, Recon 1 out of 3, Recon 2 out of 3, and Recon 3 out of 3. All of those can easily be run in an Interceptor. Also, the Warehouse Delivery mission is super fast. There are a few other ones that are pretty fast too. The good thing about the Recon mission change and the Warehouse Delivery mission is that you can run all of them in an Interceptor. It's a bit dull doing this, but you can very quickly and very easily rack up the 16 missions that you need to be offered a storyline mission that way. Then hopefully you'll get the combat mission, which is called Evolution. This mission is really easy to complete. All you have to do is kill a drone structure. You can complete it with a Jackdaw, is probably the best option for this. It's a mission against drones. There is a sort of a tackle scram web drone at the warpin, but they don't have really good range. So if you come in a long range ship like a Confessor or Jackdaw, something that's pretty easy for you to get out into nullsec where you're running the pirate missions and doesn't cost too much if you do lose it, you can complete that level 4 storyline in that ship pretty easily. You could also get materials for war preparation. You don't actually get that many standings from it, but it is pretty easy. A prospect can actually mine the Kernite needed to complete the mission in about 15 minutes, I believe, and you can find Kernite in all of the nullsec systems. A prospect can also be used to run the recon missions and the warehouse delivery missions too. If you want to do everything in one ship, you just need to be careful with bubbles on the way, obviously. So that's the easiest way to raise your pirate standings. I hope this video helped, and I hope you have fun using the NPCs to your advantage.